to unite humanity. I want to cut across to India Today's Tanushri Pandey. And Tanushri, it's very symbolic that the Prime Minister begins the day by paying homage to the father of the nation.
Absolutely, Gaurav, and as Pooja has mentioned, what an absolutely historic day, and even where all the eyes are going to be on PM-elect Narendra Modi. But today also his day begins at the crack of dawn, Gaurav. We just a short while ago at around 7 a.m. we just saw the PM's convoy, PM-elect's convoy just passed from here, and Prime Minister is right now inside Rajghat where he's paying homage to the father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi. From here, he is going to visit the Atal Samadhi stall, which is just a kilometer from here, along with 303 newly elected BJP MPs. And from there, he is going to go to the War Memorial, which is at India Gate, to pay homage, to pay tribute to our martyrs. So this is the kind of schedule, the morning schedule, where which PM-elect Narendra Modi is going to, in fact, go by.
Okay.
And then, obviously, all the eyes are going to be on him. He is all set to take oath and start his second consecutive term in the evening at Rashtrapati Bhavan. But before that, as you have also said very rightly, that it's also a very strong political message which is going, that as PM has mentioned in the past also, that the ethics of Bapu, the ethics, the work ethics, and many policies adopted by Mahatma Gandhi are also going to be a part of his plan, are also, the work ethics being followed by Narendra Modi. And as we are seeing today, the day of his swearing-in ceremony,
Yes.
Prime Minister-elect Narendra Modi decided to start his day by paying homage to Mahatma Gandhi and Rajghat, which is underway right now, Gaurav.
And when the Prime Minister goes to Atal Sthal, let me quickly cut across to India Today's Pooja Shali for more on this. Pooja, this is going to be a message that the BJP wants the entire country to see. Remember, Pooja, it was in 1997 that Atal Bihari Vajpayee had said that there will be a day when the BJP will have 300 members of parliament of its own in Lok Sabha. And today, more than 20 years later, the BJP does have 303.
What a fabulous quote there that you've decided to dig out, Gaurav. And clearly, these were prophetic words by Atal Bihari Vajpayee. And today, when I stand next to this specific board that has been put up here at the Atal Sthal, Sadaiv Atal, always forever Atal, a literal, a metaphorical meaning, but also a message today by Narendra Modi and, of course, the members of parliament. We begin our day, our important swearing-in ceremony day, acknowledging, remembering our old guard. They are no more with us, but Atal Bihari Vajpayee is somebody, as a name, who has always been respected by the opposition, and even after his demise, that is one name that continued to resonate even within the BJP or outside with other opposition parties as well. And therefore that message that we remember that old guard, and therefore ensuring that after Rajghat he will come to the Atal Sthal. From here he will then head on to the War Memorial. So ensuring at all levels that before he's sworn in for the second time as the Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi will be paying respects to these important, significant individuals, but also, of course, to our armed forces when he heads to the War Memorial. Over to you, Gaurav.
Oh, absolutely. And Atal Bihari Vajpayee's lines, हार नहीं मानूंगा, रार नहीं ठानूंगा, काल के कपाल पर लिखता हूँ, मिटाता हूँ, गीत नया गाता हूँ. And that's so symbolic because BJP, Pooja, now begins with a new song, a new geet, Modi Sarkar 2.0. The Prime Minister is already listing out what he expects of his member of parliament. Now 303 BJP members of parliament standing by at Atal Sthal, but it was in the Central Hall of Parliament where incidentally the constitution was written exactly there. The Prime Minister laid out what he expects of the MPs. Also joining me on the broadcast is Ajit Jha. Ajit Jha is editor research India Today. Ajit, as the Prime Minister's cavalcade arrives at Atal Sthal, those lines of Atal Bihari Vajpayee more than 2.5 decades ago, so it was in 1997 when Atal Bihari Vajpayee said, हमसे कोई गलती नहीं हुई, हुआ ये कि वो दिन आएगा जब हमारी भी 300 सीटें होंगी और 26 years later they have 300 seats of their own.
Absolutely. In fact, Gaurav, Bajpayee ji said that even before. Remember 1984 when the BJP was reduced to 2 in the parliament, and even that time he said that there will be a time when we will grow and we will end up with 300 seats. And you know, that sentiment, that vision that Bajpayee ji had.
And the two men on our television screen at this point of time, Ajit Jha, the two men on our television screen, Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the BJP President Amit Shah, these two men have ensured that Atal Bihari Vajpayee's dream of 300 seats of the BJP came true.
Absolutely. In fact, they are the chief architects in a way of the 2014 turnaround in the fortunes of the BJP, and again repeated 2019, and each time with an absolute majority. This is actually almost unprecedented in history since 1977. If you forget about, you know, the Congress dominance during from 1952 to almost 1971, then this is almost an unprecedented consecutive wins with absolute majority. And look at the fact that despite the fact that the BJP is a dominant party, it has formed what one would call the biggest alliance. I mean,
yes,
we have more than 350 seats in parliament. What an extraordinary election. Rare in the history of global elections have you ever seen this kind of election, both 2014 and now 2019. And absolutely right, this was the vision of Bajpayee.
Look at that camaraderie between the two. Look at that camaraderie between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the BJP President Amit Shah. They walk together, they understand each other's mind, and they work in sync, Ajit. The Prime Minister first did a parikrama, the BJP President next doing parikrama, the other BJP leaders will then follow, and the message is very clear. They are following the path of Atal Bihari Vajpayee, but they're taking their party to newer heights with an amazing skill that only these two men can manage, Ajit.
Absolutely. In fact, you know, look at it. I mean, one would say one man, one ideology, one party, one mission has dominated these last 5 years in Indian politics. And as you rightly said, all the time when you know, Narendra Modi has carried this mission, this vision, you had Amit Shah always by his side. In fact, the man who implemented it, if one were to carry forward this picture from our epics, one would be reminded of the Krishna-Arjun comparison. You know,
yes,
one sort of giving the vision, the other implementing it. This is an extraordinary sort of, you know.
That's Atal Bihari Vajpayee's daughter. The Prime Minister currently greeted, she greeted him. There are other BJP leaders being greeted at this point of time. Pooja, what else happens here? Is the Prime Minister also speaking to party leaders here? Have those phone calls been made? Who will be a part of his cabinet? Or is it still a very closely guarded secret, Pooja?
Well, that is going to be where all the eyes will be, Gaurav, isn't it? In fact, I need to tell you that when these members of parliament started to come in, I tried speaking directly or indirectly to them about if they have made the cut. And as opposed to even some vocal netas earlier, everybody is so cautious. They're not responding, they're not reacting, they're just probably waving it away. And of course, this is in reflection to Prime Minister-designate Modi's very clear statement against chapas and dikhas, to not constantly give comments out of turn. And while this event has just started here and Narendra Modi has arrived, the convoy had just passed through. He's arrived here at the Atal Sthal, paying respects to former and late Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee. This is in remembrance, of course, of the netas who've gone by, specifically Atal Bihari Vajpayee. But this is also a fresh start And in this fresh start, who will Narendra Modi trust in his cabinet? Of course, all sorts of names are going and flying thick and fast. But as Narendra Modi himself said a few days ago in that first speech after results came out of that historic victory, that there will be only speculations in media. Most likely it will be wrong. So stay till the last minute and wait for who will get that call. In
And
fact, I tried asking
wait for a phone call
leaders
that
here
comes
when they were
from...
passing through. This is the gate, Gaurav,
Yes. Yes, he said wait for the phone call that comes through authoritative sources and not through all sorts of phone calls that are made, because Anand Patel, unlike in the past when all sorts of people were getting involved in cabinet formation and making phone calls, and some of those phone calls were also on tape, with the Narendra Modi government, Anand, it is very clear only the Prime Minister, his core team and the BJP president know who will be a part of his cabinet. Until that list goes to Rashtrapati Bhavan, nobody else knows.
Well, absolutely, that's a close guarded secret, no doubt about this. And the Prime Minister himself talking about and taking pot shot at it says it's all. I'm at the Prime Minister's residence, and we've seen here hectic activity yesterday. BJP President Amit Shah was here for at least 4 hours making the final list of who all will make the cut. But so far, we've not heard from any person, any MP confirming that he has made the cut. So speculation are there, and they've been there ever since the BJP swept the polls and Modi 2.0 became a reality. So all eyes would be there at the 7 p.m. function in the forecourt of the Rashtrapati Bhavan, where these ministers will be taking oath. But no doubt about this, that, that some certainty like Rajghat Singh, RSP, all these people will be there. But eyes will also be on whether Amit Shah will get a